Okay, so I'm going to be talking about exactly what this slide says, and the things are wildly varying in questionability. One is actually pretty okay, one is actually really moronic. So yeah, so the way manual transmission works is you have the pedal, and then it goes to the engine, and then there's like a transmission, manual or automatic, and then those connect to the wheels, and then your car goes vroom, and then you like go places. It's great. So that's every car. A manual transmission has extra stuff. Actually, every car has a clutch in between the transmission and the engine, and this separates the transmission and the engine so that when the transmission is changing, it doesn't like tear itself to pieces because the engine is being like, die. So the transmission looks basically like this sort of, and that's for anyone who doesn't know, it's what lets you change gears. They refer to those gears. Manual transmission is nice because you have direct control over which gears you're in, and it's great. The clutch actually works by, you can see the discs on either side of the middle. They look really like frictiony, like sandpaper metal. It's because that's what they are. The way it works is the plates get smushed together, and then you just go. So using these two things together in a manual, you get full control over these, and that lets you do great things, unlike an automatic where these are, automatic and that's boring. So the first trick sort of thing I do relates to the starter motor. In particular, it's completely ignoring the existence of the starter motor because you don't need one to start a car. The starter motor is what happens when you turn the key all the way. It turns the engine by going right? So this is starting a car without one. I don't know if you can see, but my car is off right now, and I'm rolling downhill. And I'm just going to drop the clutch while the car is in gear, and it's going to start. Yay! Okay, so that's bad. Your transmission really does not like it when you do this, or do other mean things to it. But mine didn't break, so we're good. So this next one, this is actually stupid. You can do it if you want, but that slide says don't. So no on that one. But if you really like doing crazy shit, go for it. So again, you have, there we go. You have control over all three of these elements, and one of the things that sort of occurred in the last slide, the last video, is that the engine doesn't need to be running for the car to be moving, right? We saw that one. So when you are going at 70 miles an hour, you have a lot of kinetic energy. So if you were to, for example, turn off your engine while going 70 miles an hour, you would still have that kinetic energy, which is what's going to happen when the slide changes. These are unsynchronized.
Who's filming?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, some of you may have noticed the steering column actually locked up while I was doing this. Going straight there forever until you turn your car back on, at least in my car. So this could be a problem. Sometimes an issue. Highways tend to do that. You go to different places besides up and down. So that would be bad if you just kind of hit the sidewall at 70 miles an hour. You can also drop your keys on the ground. We're doing this. You could be going 70 miles an hour straight without power brakes, and you'd have to get your keys off the floor. Timing, one of the worst. So manual transmissions are really the best. They are so much fun. You can play with them, you can do all these things that are super engineering and happy, and you get full control. It's like using Vim instead of Notepad. It's like and automatic transmissions in comparison are just really not fun. This is what driving an automatic feels like to me. It's just so boring, so horrible. It's like, why did you ever do that? When you can do so much more fun things. But if you do stupid things, it's your fault. You should remember that.